Hey everybody, it's me, Kim, and I'm back one more time to have a little chat with y'all. I'm not really feeling 100% today. However, the show must go on. So today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about something that I've noticed in myself and other people that I speak with. So often we get enamored by the thought of a finished project. Um, so to speak, the red carpet of it when it's done, when it's complete. We vision, we envision that. We fantasize about it. We think of how all of that will go. We think of the accolades we might receive. We decide how we're going to respond to the success of a thing. But we forget oftentimes that there's a process to get there. And so, as I was thinking about the things that I have up in the air right now, that I'm trying to find motivation to continue to go after, I realized that sometimes I allow myself to get caught up in the end, and then I become disingenuous about the middle. I don't really care. I'm ambivalent. I'm like, well, where's my motivation to continue this part? Because when you start, you're so excited, right? You're hyped because you've got this idea and it came to you and you think it's going to be wonderful, right? You have these grandiose plans about this is about to be amazing. And then somewhere in the process, because it takes a little bit longer, or because you aren't able to dedicate the time to it that you want in one block of time, or you got other things to do, like you're a wife and you're a mom and you have a job and you got to cook and you got to wash clothes and you got to iron and all of these other things. Sometimes you simply don't have the time to dedicate to your project the way that you would like, and you feel like you're kind of false starting, because you start and then you stop because you only have 10 minutes here and you have 20 minutes there. You have 5 minutes here, you might be able to read something. So you're recording in your voice notes and you're trying to make sure that you're keeping yourself motivated. This is something that I'm dealing with. So I tend to come up with things to help me get through. And so the thought that came to me is, in order to have done, one must first do. In other words, I'll never get to the red carpet reveal if I don't just chug along and understand that sometimes it just isn't going to work. There will be some days where you give it your best shot and there's just spontaneous life that occurs and you're unable to do what you had planned. Don't let that discourage you. Own that moment. Be like, man, I missed it today. But if God let me wake up tomorrow, I'm going to make a little time, even if it's 5 minutes. We have to give ourselves grace. It's amazing that we will offer that to other people, but we think we don't need it. We're the hardest on ourselves. We demand so much of ourselves to the point where it's almost like our brain knows, since you putting too much on me, I'm unable to keep up with this pace. So let's streamline some processes. Let's dedicate, do it how it works for you. I know I have suggestions. They're just suggestions. When I tell y'all to take 10 minutes every day and do something towards your goal, sometimes the way that some people's lives are set up, that's a lot to ask. So, what I want to say to you is, if on the way to work you record a voice note just to remind yourself of something, if you set a reminder in your phone that says, hey, you got this, write a sentence down in the book that you're thinking through, whatever that looks like for you, find what works for you. But in order to say that you have done it, you have to do it. You have to do it. Because what's amazing about it is, it doesn't matter how many people have an idea that's similar to yours, or speaks to an audience that is similar to your demographic or your desired audience. None of those things matter. I keep hearing people who are successful say things like, "Do you know how many fried chicken companies there are? Do you know how many people make loaves of bread? Do you know how many different varieties of laundry detergent there are. The difference is what works for you will work for you. Who you are meant to speak to, they're waiting on you. They're waiting on me to get it together. So while it may not look pretty and while the process is dirty and muddy, we don't have the luxury of waiting. It's because there are people who are waiting to hear your perspective, your point of view, what you have to say in your voice. And these are the things that I say to myself to keep myself going because this week is a little bit rough. I'm usually not a person that deals with not feeling well. However, this week I don't feel well. And I was contemplating, okay, this week, how about you don't record anything? You just kind of go back to and type your little. Trying to give myself a way out, giving myself permission not to do what I already said that I was going to do. So I had to kick that thought out and say, no, you said that you were going to do this uncomfortable thing, that you were going to sit on here and talk to somebody that you don't know is watching and hope that they do and go beyond yourself and how you feel about hearing your own voice or seeing your face on screen. All of those things. Do what you said you were going to do. Consistently. Over and over again. Build the habit. The habit will turn into a muscle that you exercise consistently. And then you'll see a change. So I'm encouraging you today, in order to be able to say, I did that, in order to put that on your resume, in order to say, look at what I did, look at how far I've come, to show your children that I followed my dream, and they look at you and they're like, Mommy, you did it, you're great. Daddy, you did it, you're great. But that process had to happen because there's no genie, there's no fairy, there's no magic wand. It's simply work. And we've got to get it done. So you got this. You can do it. You're going to do it. I can do it. And I'm going to do it. And whoever you think needs to hear this message, or even if you don't think they need to hear the message, share the video, please. Because I'm trying to get my viewing up, because I know that what God has given me is for someone. And my brand of giving it will be received by whoever it's supposed to be received by. So if you would, share the video, like it, follow us on Instagram at Empower540. On Twitter, I'm EmpowH, the letter H. Somebody already had my other stuff, so I couldn't do it there. But go after it. Do the work. It works. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye.